Hey, this is Lorena, and I wanted to do a video for you on Quilters Live number 6. And yes, I am filming while I'm in my car. Unless I'm doing this kind of stuff like at 3 in the morning, there's no time. Yes, so this is Quilters Live number 6. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Now, when you're doing ruler work, I thought that this was not going to be as time consuming, but to be honest, it is extremely time consuming, and I didn't price myself well, which is okay, but I like what I learned initially. Also too, when you're doing this kind of work, when you're marking your quilt, sometimes marking the quilt takes longer than the quilting. Yeah, so when you're pricing to do custom work, consider that marking the quilt will take you more time than the quilting process, okay? So put that in your mind, because I just considered the quilting being time consuming. I didn't consider that the marking would take as much time. Now, marking your quilt is more valuable than the quilting initially because it gives you accuracy. When I made mistakes, when I marked, I was able to just put water and it dissolved and restart. It gave me the ability to kind of plot out where I am going to quilt, and gave me a map in a sense of where I need to draw my lines with the long arm. And drawing them with a water soluble marking pen or a chalk pen was better than to have to unstitch mistakes. So I'm really glad that I took a lot of time marking, which was a time saver. So, okay. So I learned a lot doing this quilt. I learned extreme amount doing this quilt. Honestly, I want to encourage you guys to get a quilt and do as much straight line quilting, even if it's a baby quilt, maybe a little bit more than a baby quilt. Start practicing stitching in the ditch and kind of give yourself an opportunity to play around that way. I'm not much of a stitch in the ditch ruler kind of girl, or straight line ruler work. I do know how to do it. I have done several quilts by doing it, but this quilt had more straight lines to quilt than I've ever had before, which I'm so excited because honestly, I think I'm a pro now. I also wanted to thank you for watching the live stream. It was something new for me. What happened is, out of the wind, I just like, oh, let me try. And I should have done more research. Apparently, if you heard echo or feedback in the video, it was because OBS has a speaker system embedded in it, and then my iMac has a speaker system embedded in it, and so I was getting an echo. So anytime I would say anything, it would echo exactly what I said back, because I lowered the volume. And it took me several hours to figure out, because when they tell you how to set up the program, they don't tell you how the problematic things that will come when you set up the program. They're like, oh, if you just do this, everything should work. And apparently that's not true. So I'm sorry if the Quilter's Life was not as good quality as my other videos. It's just you know, I should have listened to one of the guys who was doing a video. He says do a private chat, but I don't know who I would private chat to. So I was like, let's just do this. Let's just try. Some of the things that have really been helping me with this project, I went and got some of these because I love this marking tool. The reason I like it is you can literally mark anything on the quilt and it will disappear within a period of time, or you can mark it and it's a water soluble and it will wash away. To do this, I'm trying to make sure that this angle goes all the way through to here. So I've been using my large ruler. I have a straight angle here, and that it becomes a continuous angle this way. But this ruler has really been a treasure, this little 1-inch ruler. And to do the darker fabric, what I really like, it's the chalk. But what I like, it's come on, where it's sharpened. I think it even came with a sharpener to sharpen the chalk, the sharp area, to get a nice clean line. So these are the tools that I've been using initially to do all this marking. A very long ruler, and this little ruler is, once I got the dimension for this, I started using this and then going through. I really love that chair. I paid $200 at the quilt store, and literally I have been working on this quilt. Yesterday I worked and sat on the chair for like 4 hours, and it's not bad. It's pretty comfortable. Also, I have a client, and she loves restoring old quilts. So now I am addicted to going to flea markets and buying quilts. And seriously, if you guys can, go look around at flea markets. I literally have found some beautiful quilts for $10. 10 bucks. I found some handmade quilts. I have found some beautiful, I found 3, by the way. My friend restores them, and she's a client of mine. To find old quilts that maybe a lady was piecing. Okay, personally for me, I have a whole bunch of blocks that I've pieced. I'm trying to find my way to my friend's house. I have a lot of blocks that I pieced that I haven't finished the quilt, and I do have a lot of quilt tops that I haven't finished the quilt tops. So I can imagine if I die tomorrow, my kids are probably going to throw them away or sell them at a flea market and just not care. So I feel like my friend says that a lot of people put a lot of work, and it's true. So I'm like on this wonderful mission to see what I could find so I could restore these beautiful quilts. I found 3 of them, and I'll post a couple pictures around here. And one of them I'm building. I restructured it, and I did a video for it. So if you're out there and you go to a flea market, and honestly, let me share with you some tricks. Look in the corners of the crevices where they have, you know, stacks of fabric. I found a beautiful double 9-patch quilt that I'm working on. I've done a video, right? I literally paid, I think, $20 for it. I just found another quilt that I just got at the flea market this week, and it's a knit. I believe it's a knit or a poly knit, and I paid $5 for it, and I'll put pictures on the quilts. I also found a hand piece quilt that I did give to my client because she loves hand piece quilts and she likes restoring them. The Star of David quilt, and it has multicolors. It almost looks like a Joseph's coat because the piecing, she used every scrap that she could possibly find to piece this thing, and I paid, I think it was like $10, $20, I don't remember exactly, for that quilt. So there's some beautiful quilts out there that people have not finished, elderly people, and the families just they don't care. They're not important to them. So since my client came to me, I've been on this hunt looking for quilts. And some of the ladies on my Facebook group, oh my God, have found some deals out there on some beautiful quilts that I saw on one of the groups, a hand-pieced, hand-appliqued quilt, and another lady found a quilt that had, she had found a bin full of cats. So there's some treasures out there that And I don't think she paid that much for it. And I think she ended up making 4 quilt tops out of that bin. Molly, do you want some love, Molly? Let's just rub you. Lily, more? Everybody wants to see you. Yeah. You want the ears? Why are you crying?
No.
Why you cry, baby? Mark Cookie. Really? Talk to me. Goofy dog. So let me share with the GoPro. And it's kind of confusing because for some reason on the GoPro I want to go on Bluetooth, but it's on Wi-Fi. And I call my GoPro delivered. So you have to turn your GoPro on. Yeah, I called it delivered. Can needs to deliver. And then you go on the app. And then what do? You start previewing. So what I like about this GoPro, it's you can literally know exactly where it's going to be filming. Start on the top. Turn it on. I use stitch regulator. And trust me, when I first started, I was slow as a snail. And then you kind of get a rhythm of it. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. No. No. Look, look. Say hi. Say hi. You look so pretty. You're such a pretty girl. What, your nice red shoes? Ponytail again. I really do thank you for watching Quilters Life number 6. I will have the doodle on my sewing machine up soon. Sewing machine quilting. Sorry, I'm not a leader today. So I'll talk to you on the next one. Alright, thank you for watching, okay? I really do appreciate you guys.